So sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. That was like, just, that sucked. Sorry about that, guys. So I am back for attack. I hope that a lot of you see, that's why it's important for people to subscribe, because you just never know what can happen. It could be something I did, it could be something with the service, it could be a phone call that comes in, you know, you just never know. So you want to, you know, stay connected with me, tap in. So sorry about that, everyone. I was trying to be cool. I was trying to be cool, doing something different, doing like a live, you know, like come shop with me kind of live, and my phone went dead. So thanks for tapping back in with me. I appreciate you guys. Anyone that is tapping back in. I'm happy that it ended though, because one time that happened to me and the live got stuck for 12 hours. It literally got stuck for 12 hours one time. Let me actually get some snacks real quick. I just went grocery shopping, and I'm gonna have some snacks. Hello, hello. Oh, I want some cashew. I'm craving cashews. Oh, man. This is like, I'm doing a lot right now, guys. I'm doing a lot. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh. Okay. Woo. That was doing a lot. Hello. This dress is a little tight. I am back. Let me just make sure I'm not like, sometimes like I'll be sitting and like, I'll just be like, you know, so I'm trying to sit up straight. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so sorry, everyone. I was literally on live trying to be cool, and yeah, it did not turn out well. But make sure, that's why it's important for you guys to subscribe, because that's why I always say, like, you just never know what's going to happen. Let's see. Hello. You look fantastic for a woman of your age in her 50s. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yep. I've done a lot to keep up with myself, so I appreciate that compliment. The 50s are amazing. My name is Ciana. Hello, hello, hello. Also, I'm going to link this dress that I have on. It looks like I have like a little thing over, but this is actually connected. So I'm going to link this dress after I, excuse me for eating. I'm just so hungry. I'm just going to snack on these cashews for a little bit, but I'm going to link it in the description after I post it. Hello, hello, hello. And thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to Jean Bryson. Jean Bryson, what is up? So I talk a lot about health, fitness, and mindfulness on my page. So I talk about what to eat, habit building, actually making the change, right? Actually, just like being real with yourself. You know, if you're not able to lose the weight, like, let's actually dig into why. What are you putting in your mouth? What happens right before you make the decision to put 5 slices of pizza in your mouth when you know that you told yourself that you want to get back on your diet? And not that pizza's bad, but you might need to take a pause from the pizza just for a while, right? So for the next 60 days until December 31st, we are going hard on my channel and just checking in with each other and talking about what we're eating, what we're doing, how our sleep is doing, how our water intake is doing. We're just talking about it all. So I have an entire playlist of all the workouts I do to lose fat, to lose weight. So it's titled HIIT Cardio. So if you go to the playlist section on my page, you go to the playlist section, you just click there. And then when you hit the playlist called HIIT Cardio, you're going to see all the different kinds of workouts that I do. And then I also have it in my ebook as well. But just like some quick little things, anything that is getting your heart rate up is going to help you with, let me see, is going to help you with that. So, okay, so right now I also have a playlist that I started called Fitness Check 2024. So we're going hard. So these are all the workouts that I'm doing. And you'll also see the other lives of me checking in with you guys and talking about health, fitness, and mindfulness, okay? So I have 16 other videos right now. So if you just want to see the workouts that I'm doing, you can go to, go to this playlist. And then if you want to just learn about what, we're talking about, checking in with each other, then you can go to this playlist. Okay. So also too, I do have a ebook guide that I linked it. I've actually linked it for you guys. So I'm going to pin it in the comments. So if you want to lose fat fast, this is what I did. I just pinned it in the comments right here. So it's less than $5 and it's 40 pages of great information of how I lost 30 pounds and never gained it back. So if you want to lose the weight, you want to lose it fast, you want to lose it easy, everything that I personally did, I put it into an ebook and it's right there for you. Hello, Arnold. Welcome, welcome. That's an interesting last name. Okay. I don't. I wish I did. Unfortunately, the average American only speaks one language. It might be transitioning now because there's so many people that are are children of immigrants. And so in the home, they're, learning like Spanish or Punjabi or whatever. I lost 30 pounds. Yep. Don't spend the money and eat small portions. Yeah, you could do that too. And this is the thing, I think that's why people are wanting to buy programs, because you can go on Google and type in how to lose fat, right? And tons of free information will pop up. And it's great information. You can just implement the free information. But the problem is the habits. So you can do portion control and you can just have fish and whatever you just said and eat small amounts of it. But then guess what? Most people will binge. Most people will have a really tough day at work and go slaughter off an entire chocolate cake. Most people will be able to do that for 3 days and get bored of just eating fish. So that's why it's like, I literally have an entire playlist that says how to lose fat. And so we dive deep. But if you want something quick and realistic of what someone actually did, let me actually show you guys. So this is the book, and it's actually in digital form, so you don't have to worry about carrying around a book. But this is it. So this is my fat loss guide. Okay. So it's 40 pages, really, really quick, of exactly what I did to lose the weight. Okay. So, definitely, don't get anything you don't need. And you really could, if you watch all my videos, I pretty much talk about 85% of what I talk about is on here for free. You know what I mean? But if you want it quick, straight to the point, easy, and realistic of everything that I did, it's in my ebook guide. All right. And this is my personal experience. Like, this isn't like regurgitation of what everybody else did, right? Or what science says. This is like, okay, that's great. Science says that. Okay, your community says that. You're an expert. That's cool. But like, what are real life women doing in the real world to lose the weight? Okay. Thank you, King, for shouting that out. So that's what this is. So if anyone is interested or want to, you know, tap in with this in the future, it'll always be down in all my description boxes. All right. So, and right now, so I am giving away a free, beautiful, completely brand new heated blanket. So if you just tap the description right here, sign up, you're automatically entered. It's going to be my November giveaway. And I just love giving out something for free every single month. It's just like a thank you for you guys just tapping in with me and being on this journey with me and us, you know, building this community of Embody Pursuit. So that's why my page is called Embody Pursuit. So it's all of us together in pursuit of embodying that next level, right? Like, we are embodying that person that we envision ourselves to be. We don't want to just envision it anymore. We want to actually embody it. So we're in pursuit of that, of breaking new levels for ourselves every single time, every single month, every single day, right? So it's just my thank you for being a part of this tribe. So I call, you know, this over here, it's the Embody Pursuit tribe. Okay, so this is really a channel for everyone. That's why I like going live, because I like connecting with you guys. And this is you know, the channel for millennials, right? This is the channel for older Gen Z that's, you know, entering into their 30s and is just like super confused, right? On what to do with their health and fitness, and their body is changing and all that. So that's what this channel is about. And in my opinion, how I see this channel is, it's our channel and I'm just the steward of the channel. I'm the stewardess of the channel. Hi, Layla. So let's see. I want to visit there really, really bad. I heard it's like one of the most beautiful places on the entire planet. So tap in with this. What else is going on? So I'm giving that away for free. You're going to want to hit the link and sign up for that. And it's only for people in the United States for now. But it's a great way. You'll be automatically connected to my email list. And when I go live again and you want to catch me live, and just, usually I have a topic and we're diving in deep together, or you guys ask me questions and I'm able to answer them for you. If I'm not able to answer them for you, then I'm able to direct you to the correct resource to help you. So if you want to be able to stay connected with me and you're like, I want to catch Ciana live, then you're going to want to also sign up. You might as well enter and sign up. And then that way, when I send out the email, hey guys, I'm going live, because sometimes YouTube, it doesn't really turn on the notifications, right? So you guys will be able to be directly, you know, just directly connected to me. Hey, Hallie, so sorry. Oh my gosh, that was such a fail. You live and you learn, right? But that was such a fail. My phone died and I tried to be different. I tried to not have, you know, just the typical in the car. I tried, but let's see. You should move to Scotland. I want to visit there really bad. I want to visit Scotland really bad. This is coming from a completely innocent place. Okay, what I'm about to ask about Scotland. Is there a lot of Black people there? Like, is there a community? I'm sure there is, but like, I just wanted, like, if you actually really live there, I would just love to hear from someone that lives there. Like, is it multicultural? Like, is there areas in Scotland that are multicultural? Thank you so much. Shout out to Connecticut. That's what's up. I don't think I've ever been to Connecticut. I need to visit there once just so I can say, because I want to visit all the, let's see. Okay, let me go down. Let me try to run down the list really quick of all the Let's see, I want to make shopping videos too. Yes, make shopping videos. Okay, so I haven't been to Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Utah, Connecticut, Rhode Island. There's like, I feel like there's like a solid 4 or 5 more. And yeah. I used to go there all the time, actually. I used to go there all the time to Columbus, Ohio for work. The company I used to work for, their headquarters was there. So every year we did a training, and the training was hosted out there. So, okay, guys. So I might go back on live later. I don't know. My favorite my favorite state, someone guess what my favorite state is. If anyone has been on the lives with me for the last 2 weeks and you found me recently, what would you guess my favorite state would be? Yep. Boom. California, baby. California. Let's see. Thank you so much for the compliments. Well, one of my favorite cities in the whole United States is Miami. So, which is in Florida, but my favorite state is hands down California. I've been to so many states, and I'm like, could I ever move? It would have to be, the only reason why I would move, because it was like this wild, like, you can't, I would just be a complete idiot to shut down this amazing opportunity. So for some God focused, like, God is pushing me to this other state, it'd have to be for some opportunity. And then number 2 would be whenever I meet my husband, for some reason, like if he was out of state or something like that, then I would be definitely willing to move after a ring is on my finger. Let's see. Yeah, Miami is it's just like the vibe. There's good food. You could just sit on the beach. The water is the closest you're going to get to like that islandy feel. Period. No. That is like, look, call me traditional. Okay, call me traditional, but when you're making big life decisions like that, it needs to be with someone that is that serious about you to want to like show you, not, and it has nothing to do with the ring, like the actual ring. It's more of the oath. It's an oath that you're making before God and his family and your family, right? Both, all the families, all the friends, and there's an oath there saying, hey, I vow to honor, protect, da 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 da. Like, it's a big deal when you're making life decisions like that. No judgment to anybody else. That's just, I'm half Punjabi, and that's just how my dad, that's the standard. So I'm not saying like that's the only way to do it, but like, of course my dad is a traditional, like very traditional, old school. Like I definitely have lived some of my lifestyle not according to his standards, but when it comes to marriage, like, and making big decisions, I really wish women would kind of just young women especially would take a step back and just kind of like talk to wise counsel about big decisions with relationships. Talk to wise counsel. When I say wise counsel, I'm talking about someone that's been married for 20 years plus or is 60 years old and above. Maybe 50, but I don't know. These days, I don't know. That is a truly only way to do it. Yep. Now, if you're dating someone and you guys are getting to know each other and, I'm not saying you need to marry someone, immediately and like, I'm not saying all that, but If it has to do with like a life altering thing, like moving in a whole nother state or a whole nother country, that like I would highly encourage someone to only consider doing that when you have a ring on your finger, because it's an oath. It's a representative of an oath. I'm stuck on negative since leaving. Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's like, it's tough to, breakups are very tough. So I empathize with you on that. Oh, okay. What did I end up at Whole Foods? So it was a really light, it's all here. It's actually in my Costco bag, which is funny, but I just ended up getting, like mainly salad items, but I'm going to be doing like a lot of like stir fry, like sauteed veggies and rice and beans type of like dishes and bowls. And then I'm pretty much going to be starting off my day with parfaits. So in my parfaits, I love a lot of things, but I'm just keeping it light and simple. So plain Greek yogurt, because there's a lot of protein in the yogurt. My raspberries, my blackberries, my raw honey, my chia seeds, my Purely Elizabeth grain-free sprinkles. And yeah, so I'm keeping it real light for the month of November. Like sometimes I just feel called to like eat light, and like this is, you know, September was one of those months. October, it was fine. But November, I'm just feeling called to just eat light. Happy birthday, Tiana. Have a beautiful birthday. Let's see. Life security. Yeah, exactly. With a marriage, it's like, yeah, life security, social security, financial. Because you know what I think is sad? Okay, let me know what you guys think, because I don't know the right answer. I don't know the right answer. Okay. But when did you start going live via shorts? You used to do lives the regular way. Oh, like meaning like going live like long way. You know, I think it's just, I don't know. I think I just like I've been wanting to tell myself to just go and do YouTube pretty much as I can. I just have a momentum built up, so I think I just get on and I just press on. Like I'm not like, okay, I need to angle it, and because then you have to like change the setting and all that, and I just hop on. But yeah, I think back to what you were saying, like let me know what you guys think, but I just feel like it's just interesting because people say, oh, well, you know, younger people, I don't want to get married, or it's not that serious, or it's not that important. But I don't really think that young people really understand what marriage really is. I think that that's why, like, some of them just you know, on the TikTokers and all that. I think a lot of them just don't really understand exactly. It's an oath. Like, it's not a piece of paper. People are like, it's just a piece of paper. Like, it's an oath that you're making at an altar before God. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even blame them, because who's teaching them, right? Like sadly, most of the Generation X, like tons of divorces, right? Most of the millennials, tons of divorces. So then when the Gen Zers are coming up, they're like, well, why would I want to, like, why is it important to get married? Like, I'm fine having my boyfriend or girlfriend. But like the baby boomer generation and up understood that it was an oath. You know what I'm saying? I heard that when you were doing now more people, maybe explains. Let me see. I heard that when you do it how you're doing it, it brings more people. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense, because yeah, it's like almost like, and I noticed that because sometimes I'll accidentally push out of the live, and I notice that it just scrolls to like another live. Like if I do it right now, it'll like scroll to another live, and I'm like, oh, so like I think YouTube is kind of like trying to keep up with TikTok, in the sense of, let me just turn my battery off real quick because I was trying to charge my phone. TikTok, you can do that. Like you just scroll and you see live. So I think they're kind of trying to compete, but I'm here for it. That's what's up. No, I am not married. I do not give out relationship advice. This is me. I personally don't think that single people should be giving out relationship advice. I think it's so interesting that single men, single women will be giving relationship advice. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, you know, I mean, maybe in the future, like if that's a calling that God has placed on in my path, you know, when I'm married or something like that, then I will like start to voice my opinion about relationships. But I give my relationships more from like a societal standpoint, or like more encouragement, but I don't tell people what to do, or like none of that. Because if you want to be married, like I think that people should be getting information from married people. Like I think it's wild that there's literally people that are relationship coaches that get paid millions of dollars that are not married. And I get it if like you maybe went to school for it, or if that it's like a credential, but like there's nothing, like you can't really go to school for marital advice. Like you have to do the school of life in a marriage in order to give out that advice. I see me and you in a small family. Okay. Became let me see how out if they became, I think you meant to say how about they became celibate and dealt with toxic relationships and are trying to save. Yeah, what I do agree with is you just literally sharing your personal experience and saying, hey, this is what I did wrong. This is where it took a left. This is what I needed to work on. Like, I think if it's more so from like a coaching of like, I needed, like, this is what I did to grow and get better as a person. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Like, okay, this is what I learned in my last relationship. I was doing this. I was terrible at communication. I was, I don't know, what are some of the terms out there now? Attachment or whatever, like anxious attachment. I was anxious, like all these different terms. I think when you do it from that standpoint, I think that it could be very powerful. I think it could be very effective to say, hey, look, I know you were going through it. I went through it. Even though I'm still single, I'm a happier single person. I learned more about myself from that last relationship. So, I would encourage you to work on X, Y, and Z. That way, when you do get with someone, you're going to be healed and da 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 da. I think that's, clingy. Yeah, just clingy. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I think that's like what's really, really good. But, oh yeah, like bad attachment styles. Like, yeah, like once you're single, you can say, hey, look, like I was doing too much. Like I was overbearing. I was like too controlling. I was like, where you at? Like, you know what I mean? So you can, people can do whatever they want. Let me just go on record saying that. So if you're single and you want to give marriage advice, do you, baby boo? Like, but I think that it comes across more genuine and impactful when you just talk about what you went through and not tell other people what to do when you're not even in that circumstance. Like, I don't understand how people pay thousands of dollars to people that are single. I don't get it. Those single people are just really great at marketing. Yeah, you have to live it. And you could tell when someone's lived it too. Some of the gurus are good at talking. Yep. They're really good at talking. They make sense, right? They make a lot of sense. And sadly, what a lot of these relationship gurus, the single ones, what they're doing is they are watching other people that are actually married, giving out amazing advice, and then packaging that up and then giving out advice. You know what I mean? Like just repackaging it and then saying it. Marriage, surviving marriage and all its ups and downs, just life testing, all the skills you're supposed to have developed in your formative years. Yep. It's wild how so many still don't commute. Yeah, very true. Very true. Rose, yeah, that's very true. Maybe the people that are single have depression or lonely. I mean, I'm sure there's a section of people that are single and lonely, or single and depressed. Ooh, organic apple. Yeah, they're just like regurgitate. Yeah, they just package it up, put it in an ebook, put it in a course, and then they like, you know, they're very articulate. And then, you know, again, some of the stuff that they say makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense because you just repeated what Tony Gaskin said or something, right? So, oh, you're single and depressed? I'll pray for you. Sandra, I'll shoot up a prayer for you. You'll get through it. You'll be fine. You're alive. You're healthy. And you have nothing but space and opportunity to level up. Not that you weren't leveled up before, but just anything you've ever wanted to do, creation, art, starting a business, all that. I bought a YouTube course today. It's $97, but I feel like I can trust the company that put it out. Okay. Let me know how you liked it. Let me know how you liked it. Use your real hair. Yeah, I agree. I agree. People should definitely use their real hair if they're comfortable with using their real hair. Can you make me not single and depressed? I'll say a prayer for you, Peyton. Being single is a way to enjoy and soak up your time. Yep. When you're married, your time is not. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I just feel like the stronger you are when you're single, you know, mind, body, soul, it's like there's already so many things to deal with when you're in a relationship. It's like, and then you got to deal with your own stuff. And yeah, you're going to still be dealing with your own stuff too. Like we all never stop growing and stop learning about ourselves and seeing things that we need to work on, right? Like well into your 60s, you're going to still be seeing an opportunity to do self-development, but max it out while you're single. You know, get as much as you can, you know, while you're single. That way when you are in a relationship, you can more so focus on the beauty of it and the fun and the companionship and, you know, looking up new things to do together, you know, taking a pottery class, like taking a salsa class, like doing just random stuff, you know what I'm saying? But if you're always dealing with your own mess because you didn't do the work when you were single, you can't even really enjoy the relationship. I need to get married. I want to get married. I know marriage is for me. I have lots of options. Okay, hey, get to courting. Let's go. Get to courting. Not the prayer circle. I'm happy to do it. Like if anyone needs some prayers, you know, I genuinely will really pray. Ooh, lion's mane. Yep, lion's mane is great for the brain. Greetings from Mexico. I just got an interesting comment that dropped down. People are just so, it is just the most interesting encounters I'm learning about with humanity. I'll just put it like that. So, anyone doing anything tonight? I don't entertain most of them. I have money, a nice place, in shape, athletic. I'm just picky, I guess. It's good to be picky. I'll leave humanity aside. Do you marry me? Do I marry you? Gotta marvel at confident people or when they make strange, odd comments. Yep. So true. That's a great point, Hallie. You know, I'm going to be, you know, and that's a really great point because this is where, and I want to know what you guys think about this too. This is just my opinion. I'm no expert, right? Remember that. I'm no expert. This is just my opinion. Because of social media and the perfection that everyone has created, it has like skewed men's minds where like men, like really genuinely, I feel like they thought of women as more like attractive or beautiful. Even if they had like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of da 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 da, you know? But I just feel like now it's just like the standards have went up because men, and it's not even men's, partly, it's not some men's fault. It's not some men's fault because like when they're scrolling and then you see all these gorgeous, beautiful women from all over the world all the time, and you're seeing that you could technically like just DM them. So it's like in a weird way you have like access to them. They may not respond, but you technically have access to them. So it's like it's done something to the mind mentally. And then when men, some men, not all, are out in the real world and they see like some imperfections, it's like it's a little repelling. But it's like it's social media has like changed something to the psyche. Oh, you don't do social media, just YouTube? Okay. Okay. Just making, just making sure, just keep it mentally clean, because there is I have guy friends and they're like, I literally have a really, really close guy friend I work with through my charity that I work for. And he literally said he's jaded. He literally admitted, he goes, I am jaded. He is a man that has wanted to always be married his whole life. He comes from that type of background. African man, wants to be married. All his brothers and sisters are married. His mom and dad were like marriage. That's what you do. And then he's just dated so many beautiful women that like, and Instagram, and he literally said, I am jaded. Like I thought I wanted to be married and I'm not saying I'll never get married, but it used to be the number one thing I wanted to do. And now it's dropped. And I was like, wow. And he comes from that. His brain was wired to be married, and literally social media and having access to so many women has unwired that belief. Let me see. I have a race thing too, if you don't mind me saying it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, say it. Thanks. Real world versus, yep. Real world versus, yep. Social media has given people a false, I've never said that word before. Oh, facade. Fasudo. You guys can make fun of me. I've never said that word before. Maybe I have. I just didn't know how to spell it. On how to live and interact in the world. People get obsessed with curating. Yep, it's true. And this is again, this is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. On my social media, it's like that. But here's the thing, on my Instagram. But like Instagram was built for just beautiful pictures. Like Instagram was never really meant to like, I don't know, like Instagram, I don't remember this, at least like back when I first got on it, when it first popped up, it was like the purpose of it was to post like cool, like beautiful pictures, like nice pictures. So then it's interesting that I don't think that we all knew that us all posting highlight reels was actually messing us all up. Like, because we're all seeing each other's highlight reels, and then you come to YouTube and it's reality. Can I sing? I could do a little tune. When I sing with the radio, I can like kind of catch on to the tune a little bit. It might fall off a little bit. I actually come from a singing family, actually. My grandfather actually was a one-hit wonder, I guess you could call it. While I'm Black and majority of the women are other races, I prefer Black women, but there's not many. Plus, out where I live, they have children or in a relationship, but recently my mind. So let me ask you this, Patrick, are you open to dating single mothers? Reality can be a bit depressing for some. Social media is addictive. Yep, it really is. I've done whole videos just on the addiction of social media. I don't care who you are, if you want to admit it or not. Everybody to some degree has been or is currently addicted to social media. And so I realized that not really one child policy. You know, a lot of men say that. A lot of men say that. I've heard a lot of men say, I will not go past one child. And I think from what I gathered, I don't know this, you know, because I'm not a man, but like what I've gathered from the men that I have heard say that they have a one child policy is that they kind of understand it in the sense of like, okay, maybe you got with someone when you were like 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, you know, maybe you guys were married, maybe not, where you guys were together for like 5 years. It just didn't work out. You know, you were too young at the time when you got married, whatever. And then you have one child from the same man, like the one man, you know, it kind of makes sense. And then, but when there's like the multiple, there's a very select group that is open to that. But most of the men that I have had these conversations with, they're like, it's one child. But let me know what is the reason for, because I don't, that's what I gathered. But what's the reasoning behind that? Didn't want to deal with the baby mama drama. Yeah, lots of women have that mindset. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let me look at you guys from here, because I feel like whenever I'm like looking wild, let me see. You know, and the thing is with social media, I had to admit to myself, I was addicted to social media, period. I just like, and I was addicted to getting inspiration. Like, oh my God, I love that workout. Oh my God, I love that fitness outfit. Oh my God, I love that, that cooking idea. Oh my gosh, where did they go? Where'd they travel to? I want to save that. And then so it was like, it was the stuff I was looking at was healthy. But then I was like, I still need to get up. Like I just wasted an hour, like looking at just beautiful images of like traveling and stuff. Like I need to just get off, you know, and actually like just go travel. So hold on, let me see what you guys are saying. Reality can be a bit too depressing for some. Social media is an addictive distraction. Reminds me of the Matrix. It is. I had to unplug myself. I actually, my other phone, instead of like going like this and moving the phone, I'd rather just read it from here. But I unplugged myself from looking at people's stories. I don't look at my mom's story. I don't look at my brother's or my sister's story, my best friends. I don't look at none of their stuff. I'm like, you guys have my number. Text it to me if it's something that you really want me to see, that you went to Starbucks and walked your dog. Like, I don't need to see that. So I literally muted everybody. I was like, I'm wasting minutes of my life. So I unplugged myself from it. But like I do business online. So I was like, I literally sat and meditated on it. I was like, how do I do this? Like, I don't want to completely get rid of Instagram and deactivate it, because it's a tool to like connect with people and build a community and, you know, have a great entrepreneurial journey and build a business. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm passionate about. But like, I can't also waste my time on it. So it's been a journey. Actually, this year is the first time I really put some serious effort into figuring it out. And I think I've done a pretty decent job. Let me see. I just want to like have some kind of, it's starting to get dark outside. The funny thing is, even though I have a daughter, I used to not want to deal with a man that has kids. I don't feel that way anymore. One child is cruel. I'm sorry, just my opinion. Okay. What is the best way to break the addiction to social media? So in my opinion, oh man, what happened? In my opinion, what I've done to break it is you have to really sit with yourself and just like come to terms with the fact that you're, number one, you are addicted to it. Number one. Number two, I personally think that we shouldn't deactivate it all the time. it's almost like the equivalent to like when someone goes from binging and then to like overly restricting, and then binging and then overly restricting. It's like you can deactivate it for 30 days and then you're going to turn it back on, and then you're going to get hooked again, and then you're going to be like, no, I need to do another 30 days, and then you get back on. So in my opinion, I feel like if you want to be on it, figure out what you can do to minimize your time on it. So I this worked for a while actually. I put the timer on the app, and it would lock me out of the app. That actually worked for a while, but because I run, business, my business, I literally, and I sell products, I can't do that. So I will just do 5 to 7 minutes in the morning, 5 to 7 minutes at lunch, and 5 to 7 minutes at dinner, and then that's it. That's it. Like I'll, kind of check in, see if anyone messaged me. I might do a post, and then that's it. So that's working for me, right? And then on Sunday, like on the weekend, I'll treat it like it's a treat, like it's entertainment. Like I'll be on it a little bit more loosely and casually. But Monday through Friday, I just do a tap in breakfast time, tap in lunchtime, tap in at dinner, or like a little bit after dinner, and then that's it. I'm not like on it just scrolling my life away. So because of that, right? I've built up a muscle to be able to deal with being on the social media and then not getting hooked into it. But I also had to mute everybody's posts and everybody's stories. I don't need to look at everybody's stories and posts. So I know, like, if anyone's offended by that like knows me and is like, dang, Ciana, you don't look at my stories? No, I don't. You have my phone number. Like, if you need to get a hold of me and you want me to see something, just text me. Okay, let me see. I know I'm like behind on the messages. I'm going to try to like... That's where communication is so important, because baby mama drama is a real thing. It is a real thing, and it's already a journey and a challenge to bond and build great communication skills with your partner. And then you got to like loop in this other person, Now, it's not a problem if the other woman has completely moved on, is completely married, and like they have a great co-parenting relationship. And to be honest, if anything, in an interesting way, thank you, Patrick. In an interesting way, okay. Sorry, I know you're like saying something rude to me, but I actually might use that straight yapper. Oh man, that's actually kind of funny. But so either stay here and hear me yappity yap about self-development, or you can skippity on out of here. Okay. So, but if there's like a good, co-parenting relationship, awesome. And oh wait, this is what I was gonna say. Ideally, of course, yeah, you want to be able to be with someone that doesn't have any children yet. But if that is the case, sometimes it ends up being good because like one parent watches the kids and then you get to, just be with your spouse. You kind of get a break from the kids. Like everyone gets to like switch the kids around. So then all the adults get a break, so you could think about it like that. Let's see. I physically don't have the energy for baby mama drama. I'm barely trying to get my energy levels. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Like truly, there's too many men out there that I think actually get overlooked. That don't have any baby mama drama. There's too many men available. I'll say that. It seems like there's not, like when you go on certain podcasts or you see certain things, but then you go in the real, like, okay, this is what's crazy. I'm in my 30s. I know I can literally list off 10 men that I know right now that are single and childless in their 30s. What I think the bigger concern is why that is. Like what is it? Well, I guess Patrick, you can answer this. Like, you know, it's like there's a lot of bachelors out here right now that are like, they are ready for, I mean, you know, on paper it would seem that they're ready for marriage, but then they're just like not really pursuing women for marriage. So I think there's something there. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not a psychologist in this field, but it's like, it's very interesting. There's more men that are 30, childless and single, have never been married, but we mainly focus on the women that are single, childless, and 30 and up. But there's actually, I'm not going to say the equal amount. I don't think that that's true, but there is more than people think. Maybe because I also live in a bigger city like LA, Miami, New York, like places like that. There's just more single people that are older. Oh yeah, so you're okay. So what? So enlighten us. Why is that? Why is that there's like several men? Oh, I don't know if the right word is several, but there is a section of men um, that are single and childless and could be married, but they're just kind of like choosing not to really pursue that. That's true. That's true. Patrick, that's true. Notice how usually happy that are away from public doing like, yeah, that's why we don't see them. So we're like, everybody's miserable in marriages. That's why the divorce rate's high. But then you go out in the real world and you bump into a married couple and they're like, oh yeah, like we've been married, you know, we hang out with married couples all the time. Like we're living a fantastic life. But married people aren't on the internet going back and forth doing repetitive banter about nothingness. So that's like, that's the problem, is like, I just want to make sure my car doesn't die. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem, is we need the married people to like get online and actually start teaching. Me having my hand on my chest, is it just it's just what it is, it's just fuming you up? Like what's happening? Like is it giving you like an emotional reaction? Like what's going on? My mom actually told me tonight that she wants to make a channel with, please, that would be so cool. We need it. We need the elders. We need people like my uncle and his wife, happily married. They travel, they go to Vegas, they go to dinners. Like he's actually younger. He just turned 60 and, or he's 61 and then she's like 70. There's a 10-year difference. He's always like been into older women, but yeah, like they, you know, of course they have their ups and downs, but like they're a fun couple 60 and up. Like the merrily happily married people don't have time to be posted. Like they're like, we don't got time for a podcast. Like we're trying to hit the Bahamas. Like we don't have time for a podcast. We're trying to like cook and have a good, we just want to relax. Like we're not trying to, you know what I mean? Like they're actually doing the work. They're actually spending time. They're actually building families. They're actually building legacy. They're actually building generational wealth. You know what I mean? Like they're doing. So that's why there is two people that I watch all the time, because I love the way that they approach being married, where they like really highlight focusing on your purpose while also having your partner, right? So I love Tony Gaskins and I love Rebecca Lynn Pope. Those are my two that I watch a lot. But there's some really good ones out there. Aiden. Oh, I like that name. Aiden. That's a cool name. How many times have you been married since you're so educated in this topic? So I've never been married, and I'm not giving marital advice. We're having a dialogue and a conversation of single people navigating single life. I do think that it does seem like that, like, yeah, obviously divorce rates have gone up, even though I did come across another page that said actually the divorce rate is starting to decline. But, you know, I don't know. There's just so many different, depending on like what resource you look at. But here's the thing. I think we can all agree that getting the divorce being on the table is more encouraged. I think before it wasn't encouraged. It was encouraged to like figure it out, communicate, work through it. Like now it's just like, I'm about to just get out of this. You know what I mean? We see it on TV. We see it in the social media blogs, you know, in your community. Everyone's just like, I'm single and, you know, I'm having a divorce party, you know? So I do think that it probably wouldn't be as high if as a society there was more pressure to like, no, like let's band together and really help you figure it. Like back in the day, that's why elders are so important. So let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys something. Oh yeah. I love that show. Sex in the City. I love that show. Okay, let me tell you guys something. So I'm half Punjabi, right? So in the Punjabi culture, you're actually supposed to go live with your in-laws forever. Like technically, you're supposed, oh yeah. Oh, there's someone that's Indian on here that just popped up. You see divorces now in Indian marriages, which should, that's, yeah, that Indian people getting divorced in the Indian culture is very eye-opening. It's a very new thing, and it's very eye-opening that it is happening more. But this is the thing. So people in the Indian culture, if you're doing it traditionally, you're supposed to actually live with your in-laws, and like all the generations are living in the house together. So you live with, so like the girl leaves the home. So there's never a culture of like people living on their own. Like, you know how in America, and this still happens in America too, like in Punjabi cultures, like they kind of stick together. You'll see a lot of older people, like people in their 20s, maybe even 30, that are still living at home with their parents, because there's no encouragement to go, oh yeah, go get your own apartment. Like that's not a thing really. Maybe now it's starting to become a little bit more like, I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. I don't want you to do that, but okay. You know, but before it was just a no. So there was no, you go straight from your father's home straight to your husband's home. And then the husband is living with his mom and dad and probably the grandparents. So all the generations are living in one home. And then there's constantly that elder influence. So that way, when there is issues in the marriage, they can help like work that out. So in America, we don't have nothing like close to that, because back in the day, we were, I feel like the elders, like we were, you know, we were connected to our elders more. But now, especially in the Black community, like that eldership, unless you know someone specifically in your community, like it's, in general, I just don't feel it. Like I don't feel it. Like where's the elders at? You know what I mean? My mom is, you know, an amazing, my number one best mentor. And I do have a cousin, my grandma's first cousin is still alive, and he's 90, and his mind is really sharp still. So I do ask him advice, and he's in his 90s. And I asked him, I said, what dating advice would you give me? I said, what dating advice would you give me? And he said, him and his wife, before she now has dementia, but so I asked them both when they were like 80. I asked this question. I said, what advice would you give me? And they both said, number one thing is if he forgets his wallet on the first date, lose his number. And I don't think it's more so like what they were saying is like a man traditionally is supposed to be, he's supposed to be approaching you with the courtship of like, I want to date you and court you and eventually see if you're somebody that, you know, I would like to spend the rest of my life with, if you're interested too. Like, but if you're not, if you're showing up to a date and you don't have your wallet for some reason, like that's not a good sign. Like you need to kind of retract and get your stuff together. So I mean, of course they're, you know, 90, right? So that was their advice from like that time period. But I still like that eldership feeling is just like we're missing it. No, if you're 10, you're not supposed to be in here, sweetheart. Yeah, I agree. The eldership did end in the 1960s. He did, right. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't forget your wallet. Like, no, okay, where's your phone? Where's the Apple Pay? Oh, I ain't got my card. My card is, I don't know, it's something wrong with it. I didn't link it, and then it like unlinked, and then the Wi-Fi, and then I got to turn on my cellular data, and then I forgot to pay the bill, but then I paid the bill. Like, no. No. Yeah, if he's coming up with all those excuses on the first date, I mean, it's kind of a sign. It's kind of a sign. I'm not gonna say it's a red flag. No, it's a red flag. But I would say a pink flag to be nice, to give him grace. But it's a red flag, in my opinion. Look, if you want to, if as a woman, if you want to pay for the first date, do you, boo? But I don't know. Exactly, he might as well stay home. I get splitting. Blah, blah, blah. I get splitting a bill maybe once in a blue moon if you're dating, but once taken care of, my ex's bills anywhere we go. I mean, look, like, you know, this is just such a layered topic. This is such a layered topic. And I probably do have some bias because I've never seen my dad not pay in front of a woman. Like, I have never seen, like, you know, my mom and dad are divorced, but we all went to breakfast like a month ago. My dad paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't like, we're divorced and like, you know, you should pay for your meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have literally never seen my father. One time I tried, because it was my dad's birthday. This was when I was in college and I started to like, you know, I had my own little job. And so I had like a little bit of money. So I, you know, it was his birthday. So we were at birthday dinner and I had like the funds to pay for it. And I was like, I'm the old, you know, I just wanted to say, thank you, Dad, you know, happy birthday. And he literally wanted to throw up when I pulled my card out. He wanted to, like, he literally looked like horrified, like disgusted. And then everybody else looked at me weird too. Like, everybody was like, what do you do? So from what I've learned from my dad, I'm not saying this is right. I'm not saying this is the standard. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying my personal experience with what I saw growing up with my dad. Okay? I know I'm like being so like extra right now, but this is because everyone's like, well, that's not right, or that's not the right way, or blah, 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 blah. I'm just sharing my experience. When there's a man like my dad who wants to be a 100% provider, so like he was born and bred to only be 100%. Like, he doesn't understand 50-50. Okay? He doesn't understand 50-50. So in his brain, it started out at 100% provider. So with him, if you're his gift, like gifting my dad would be him, it would be like a nice warm gesture, right? Or something thoughtful, right? Or maybe like an act of service, right? Like, okay, so dad, you know, gets home and like food's cooked and like we have his favorite like blanket already laying there for him, and like he's like, that's a gift. Like, getting my dad, like going out and buying a gift, like he would be weirded out by that. Okay. I don't know. Every time I see him, when people ask me that, I just laugh. Um, that's just what I saw my whole life, and that's just how he. And then all of the other men in his realm, like, people he's done business with, uncles, other people part of the community at the church, like everybody's the same. So like, I don't really understand 50-50, but I do understand that it almost, in some cases, not all, in some cases for some people, 50-50 has to be a thing for a while until things transition and maybe the man can financially take care of, so I know that I'm aware that it's cultural. Like, I'm aware that not everybody can do that, so I'm not saying that should be the standard, period. But I actually was supposed to go a long time ago, but these lives have been getting so juicy that I'm just like, you know but do you guys see what I'm saying? So I haven't even like saw your guys' responses, but I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, when a man is born and bred to be a provider, that's their gift. Like, they love being the provider. Like, the fact that they can do it, it's like they feel like they're living in their purpose. That's true. I mean, yeah, like there is that, it could be a time thing, it could be a generation thing. Man will be happy to receive respect. The best gift. Yeah, respect. See, even Richie said it. We don't like tangible gifts. And there's probably some men that do, but like there's lots of men, like Richie said, that it's like the gifts are different. It's like thoughtfulness, like, yeah, like respect, honor, like stuff like that. I've heard that you should get little thoughtful cheap things for them here and there. Don't offer to pay for dinners. Yeah, I could see that. Like something really like say if like their favorite movie is like Spider-Man or something, and then you were out somewhere and you saw like a really rare like Spider-Man figure or something that was like one of a kind, and you got it, and it was like more of a thoughtful thing, like, oh, you can add this to your collection, like, you know what I'm saying? But not like, hey, I bought you this, $500 da 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 da, like, but I don't know, men are, I mean, like I said, it could be a generational thing. It's interesting. This is a good dialogue though. Like, it is interesting to see that maybe we've transitioned out of that. And then I do know that there is some women that are like, I want to pay, like they want, I'm like, you can have it, sis. Like, you can have that. Like, you go to dinners with men and you want to pay. That's not me. No. Again, but that's what I saw. So when I see women pay, like, it's one thing when you live in a household. I don't know what the right answer is, by the way. I could be, this is just my experience. But like, it's one thing when you both live in the household and then like you're going and grabbing like a quick dinner because, you guys both got home late, you go and grab a quick dinner, and then you guys are like, have a shared account or something, and then the woman happens to just be the one that physically pulled out the card, but it like doesn't matter because it comes from like the shared account or something, like that's not what I'm talking about. And you're fully married and you're fully under oath and da, 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 da. But in the dating realm, when women are like demanding to pay in the dating realm, I'm like, that is a whole other shift I do not want to be a part of. Let's listen to a single sitting alone on a Saturday night. And then what are you doing on a Saturday night? Because you're obviously single and listening. So people are so gross. Kind of wish I was able to live with my grandparents. It's great to have that added layer of wisdom from older perspective. I would love my future kids to, yeah, because you know what's interesting about that is there's learned, it's like there's learned things from just seeing the interaction. So not even having conversations, but just seeing how the grandparents are interacting with each other. So when they get into like a little fight or like a little disagreement, or you know, they just cannot come to terms with something like quickly, like just viewing from afar how they interact, it kind of bleeds onto the young couple. So that's, I do love that, how Indian culture has, for the most part, has not lost that trend, at least in you know, in California, the Indian culture that I'm a part of. Like I've seen that. And it's not like a demand. It used to be like that was a standard period. It's more relaxed now, but there is a lot of people still doing it. Any advice on dealing with loneliness at 26? Why do you feel lonely? What's making you feel lonely? Nepal. Yeah, I want to know where the loneliness feeling is coming from. Okay, yeah, take your time. Take your time. And exactly, I was gonna say, because like it's very it's good advice to like be busy, do hobbies, but I want to know the deeper root to actually get you to like maybe see a different perspective, you know? So yeah, I would love to know why. Also, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Antonio, like you did after your divorce and taking half her stuff. I must have missed that whole section because this is actually going faster than I can. And then, you know, when I start to get to going, and then I can't like read it at the same time. And then I miss a whole section. And then I'm trying to, you know. Yes. And everyone listen to Hallie's comment. I just spend too much. Okay. So I just spend too much time alone when I visit my hometown. It's not as bad. But where I live now, besides soccer, I'm not really in any social setting. So you just answered your question. Your answer is in, your question. Your answer is in your statement, your comment. So you know why you're feeling lonely. So the best thing to do is to sign up with some social events. It's going to be uncomfortable, it's going to be awkward, but you're just going to feel better. So if there is, so you said soccer, ask your soccer buddies, like, hey, what is there to do around here? Right? Like for fun or just for casual hangout, right? Going to Barnes and Noble and just being around people. You don't even have to like go to a class or sign up. Barnes and like a bookstore. I'm not sure where you are in the world, but going to a bookstore, going to a really cool cafe, being around other people, going to the gym. But then like sometimes at gyms, there's like a little sitting area, and just going and hanging out there, striking up a conversation with somebody, going to events. So you can literally look up events in your city and just do something you've never done before. Like you could look up, like events going on for the month of November, and like just do something different. Actually show up. Like if there's a farmer's market, if there is a flea market, right? Just go and walk around, right? So you might be somebody that's just craving to be around other humans, and just being around other humans might actually lower that sense of loneliness as well. But you are in a sweet spot. Oh my gosh, 26 and alone and not married or no kids. You have the ability to literally any dreams you had, like entrepreneurial dreams, I don't know, starting a hobby of some kind that you never, you just feel like you don't have the time for. Like you just have so much time and space and opportunity to pour in, go hard at any one of your desires. Like 26 is like, you're not a baby anymore. Like you're not a baby adult. Like you're kind of coming out of being a baby adult, but you're not like nowhere near close to being like, okay, yeah, 40, right? 26 is a beautiful spot to be in. Beautiful spot. You have the sweet spot that people wish they could go back to. So maximize that time period. So you could be like kind of huffing and puffing and feeling alone and being in your room and just kind of under your covers and kind of just like, but I would rather you not be on this live and you be out there like you should be right now. You should be at a pizza place hanging out right now. You should be, I don't know where you are. Again, like it's 6:48 p.m. Like I'm on Pacific Standard Time, but like right now you should be at like a cool restaurant somewhere, like a cool, don't go and drink. Like I'm not trying to encourage you to go drink, but like you can be in an environment, like for me, for example, you can go somewhere and get a mocktail and just hang out. You can sit at the bar somewhere, get a mocktail, get a tea, and hang out. You're going to be on your phone anyway in your room. Why not just be on your phone like at a lounge? Be out, right? When you're like on a Saturday or on a Sunday, if you don't have soccer or anything else, school or anything, go to a nice, like an area where there's a lot of activity, and just go walk around. Get inspired, start a business, like, build a community. See, us people that are like headed for 40 or in our 40s, like we like love being we love being alone. It's actually an issue. Like we love being like, like I'm not saying that we don't want spouses and stuff, but I'm saying like we're like, can't wait to get bundled up and like just kind of do our thing, and just kind of scroll or whatever, because like there's more responsibilities that's come with being on the planet longer, but 26, sweet spot. So I hope that works. Yeah, like technically, like right now it's a Saturday night. Do you know how many millions of things I could do? Like, do you know how many text messages I've gotten to go to events and go to such and such, and we're hitting this tonight? And do you know how many things I've texted? No. I'm like, I just want to stay in, cook, maybe do a little bit of work, maybe edit some videos, and wake up nice and early tomorrow. Like that sounds exciting to me. But because I'm single, I'm like also forcing myself to just be out a little bit more and actually show up to events. So it's a little different for me. What would I do differently at 26? I would have quit my job sooner. I would have quit my job sooner and just took the leap and actually like pursued other things, especially living in LA, and there's so many cool opportunities. So I would have quit like, I hated my job at 26, but I don't know, I had this false sense of like, I have to stay in the job for whatever reason. Like, I don't know if it just comes from being very, like, being raised to be very obedient. I don't want my phone to die again. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. I was raised to be very obedient. So I stayed in the job. So I would have definitely, quit my job way sooner and took advantage of tried out new things, new careers, all that. Social media didn't really exist when I was 26 like this. So I couldn't have said, oh, I would have started my YouTube channel. It didn't like, I think it did exist, but it wasn't like this. I don't think 40 is old, but depending on the person in the region, people think that 40s is like, people think that 35 and above, you're basically a fossil. People think that 35 and above, you're basically a artifact that should be put in a museum next to the dinosaurs. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. 30, like, it's like, so this is interesting. So I also have a mentor. He's in his 80s. He thinks it's ridiculous that people don't think that they're young still in their 40s. Arguably their 50s. Like, people, there's just so much more opportunity to be healthy. There's so much encouragement to like be active. People are lifting weights, and like you see a 50-year-old and they're looking like they're 35. Like, people always think that I'm in my late 20s all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad that people age themselves. That's why, if you guys notice, I always say I've been on the planet for this long, or I never say I am X number years old. I try to take the number old out of my vocabulary just to kind of like detach myself from like any pre-existing notions of old. So I'm just like, I've been on the planet for, da 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 da. My daughter asked me yesterday, Mom, did you used to unplug your phone and plug it into your computer? I'm like, yes, it was a dial-up. Yep. She saw it on TV and thought it was fake. Sorry. That is funny. That is funny. No, literally, I mean, it is wild because you know what it is? We are in the sweet spot where we were still young-ish. Like, we were still young when like the internet hit. So like, and then it hit and it like took off. So we had access to like all this stuff that's like a fossil now, like CDs, recorders, a camcorder, like all that. And then all of a sudden, boom, went to like an iPhone. So it is weird because it does seem ancient, but I'm like, I don't feel ancient though. Like, I actually still feel pretty youthful, like really youthful. I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like I've done the age 26 12 times. Like, I just feel like I've done 26 12 times. Like, like my body, like my energy, my zeal for life, like I still feel like that, even though I know I'm obviously older, but I just feel like I'm like, that's where my energy, I would say that's, if I had to guess what my energy feels like, that's what it feels like. Yep. When Blockbuster was there, and then when Redbox, I think there is still Red Boxes actually, which is so weird to me. There's like a couple I see randomly, but when Redbox was a thing and you would see it outside of like 7-Elevens and stuff, or you would see it in the grocery store, it was like, oh my gosh, like Redbox, there's CDs in there. I can like put my card in and like actually get a CD and I can bring it back tomorrow. Like, now I can just download a movie right now in 2 seconds. I don't even need to I don't even know why I said download. That's ancient. I can just go to Netflix and press play. You know, it's so interesting. People always, Ciana, I called your mom. Literally. They don't like, I came across some DVD players, and I'm one of my grandma's DVD players, and I'm actually just keeping it because I'm like, maybe this might be worth something in the future as like a like an artifact. Like when I'm 80. Ciana, last question. When you said go to events, you go, I've absolutely gone to events alone. I just went to an event alone yesterday. We got to get more comfortable with that. I actually did it in my 20s too, believe it or not. And I think it's because I live in a city where I just knew a lot of people. So if I showed up alone, I knew I would like know someone. But yeah, like I definitely think that we got to get out of like only go with someone if you can, but that only being an option, that really limits you. That ends up limiting you, because then it's like, well, what if like, what if all your homies don't feel like doing anything? So just show up and be confident. Like, yeah, oh, you showed up by yourself. Yeah, what's up? Like, and to be honest, you know what's interesting? So when I've gone to events in LA, like showing up alone, people actually, if they kind of like can tell that you're alone, and they ask, they want to adopt you. They literally are like, you want to hang out with us? And I'm like, sure. That's how you like get to know people. That's how you get opportunities. That's how you network, It's okay. It's not lame to go to, now if you're going to like a club by yourself, in my opinion, that's kind of whack. I wouldn't go to like, I wouldn't even go if I wasn't going with like a whole group of people for someone's birthday and da 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 at the stage that I'm at in life. But I would never go to a club by myself. Like, no. Um, but like I'm talking about like say for example, tonight you could go to I don't know what's cool. Like I don't know if Joey's is everywhere, but there's like a really cool spot out here called Joey's, and like it's almost like there's more people that show up alone than people show up, because it's like people get off work at certain different times. Like if you get off of work at 10, you just want to get off and like just kind of like unwind and like check some emails and kind of watch the game, a replay of the game, and you go to this like lounge spot or whatever it's called. Like it's a restaurant, but there's like a spot to it. It kind of feels more like a lounge in one part of the restaurant, and people just go and hang out and like get a mocktail. If I don't encourage anyone to drink, but do you see, you know what I'm saying? Like I love, like, yeah, like Joey's, you know what I'm talking about. Joey's is definitely somewhere where you could show up alone, right? He said I could never show. What state are you in? J man, what state are you in? Oh gosh, oh yeah, and Snake on the phone. Someone might have already said it, but Snake. Did anyone have a nano pet or a giga pet? A nano baby or a giga pet? Oh, and mine would go off in class, and I'd be like, oh, I gotta change my nano's diaper like in class. I gotta feed my nano baby. For real, it's probably not trash. Hearing you talk made me realize I'm part of the problem. It's really good, like, introspection. That's very mature of you to say. And the thing is, it's like because like we listen to our peers, or we heard that, oh, it's lame, or you know what I'm saying? You were about to buy a gigapet. They might not, you might want to get that. They might not sell it anymore, like in the next few years. Um, but you know what I'm saying? It's like but no, you can show up to like a cool loungy, spot, and you're just going to be out and watch some games. You're going to be on your phone anyway, so you might as well scroll in public. Why scroll at home, like under your covers or like up in the couch? You know what I mean? So I hope that really helped. You popped into a chat full of 35 and uppers, so this is a perfect chat for you. And if anything, you know, you pop up somewhere. Also, I'm thinking of power turned off your. I'm trying to use my car to. I need to go. I need to actually. You know what? I'm gonna drive home. And this is like one of those like bags that keeps your stuff cold. So I wasn't really in a rush to get home. But yeah, like it's you know, look for events like mixers. Look for events where, like in LA, I don't know, again, this is more of a LA thing, but you could go to album release parties. You can go to, I just got invited to screenings, like that one movie with Ariana Grande, and I think it's called Wicked or something. Whatever movie she's in. And like all the directors and actors that were in it, it's like I got invited to go to like the opening of that. Like if there's any events like that, like just go. You know what I'm saying? Like I could, you know, I have tons of people I can go with, or I could just go by myself. Like those kind of events, it's not weird if you go with someone. It's not weird if you go by yourself. You know what's really good too? No, actually does feel perfect. I appreciate all the advice. You know what's actually really cool too? If you go to, this is more something that you would do with like a homie or whatever, but this is still, it's borderline kind of weird. I don't know. It depends on what city you're in. You got to feel out your own city, but going to a hookah lounge, like at the ones in LA, there's people, like when I would go with friends and stuff, there's not any like kind of where I live, but like in Hollywood, like actually Hollywood Boulevard, people pop in there by themselves. They go with groups. And so, and there's like all these like different TVs playing games, like old, you know, replays of like NFL games or NBA games or soccer games or whatever. So you could do like a hookah spot, you know. Now I can't really see what you guys are saying because I'm driving. So I'm just going to focus on the road. Soho House is super dope. If you have a Soho House where you are, J-Man, that would be really, really fly. Like if you want to level up as a 26-year-old, like you need to go to spots like that. Like go to places like go to Ocean Prime, go to the bar to catch the game, catch some dinner by yourself, and you'll end up meeting a ton of other businessmen that are also doing that they could put you up on some game. You might get an offer for a new job. Go to Ocean Prime, go to Catch, go to Craig's. I don't know if those places are everywhere. Go to I don't know where you live, but if you're in Miami, go to Prime 112. Like, you know, like go to fly restaurants, save up your money. I don't know how much, you know, it's okay. Go to the bar and just get a, again, I'm not going to encourage anyone to drink, but, you know, get a non-alcoholic beer. If you don't drink, get a non-alcoholic beer, sit at the bar, be fly, and just catch the game. If you notice this is the thing, a lot of older men, they roll around solo. They're not like rolling in packs. Like they're fly, got off work from their corporate fire job, right? Like from their, you know, being a lawyer or being a doctor. And yeah, they might end up like, it looks like they might have showed up with people because they know people there because everybody's regulars. But a lot of people actually, to be honest, when you're 35 and up, people are kind of moving solo. Unless it's like a birthday or like there's a gathering for some kind of occasion. But like it's very normal for people to go to like a happy hour place solo. It's very normal for people to show up to an event, a screening, a opening, a launching of something, like a launching of a brand, a launching of skincare. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're into skincare, but you know what I'm saying? It's like there's so there's so many things you can show up to alone and feel fly and feel dope and feel like not cringy. So I'll be able to, as soon as I'm, actually, you know what? Speaking of, I might actually pull up somewhere right now and have dinner. Because my stuff is in like a bag that actually keeps it cold. I might pull up. Thank you, J-Man. I think I'm going to pull up right now to this spot and have me a nice little dinner. And no, I won't look desperate and weird because there's so many people that are doing, because the thing is, when you're 35 and up, it's like, you're not going to really look lame because there's a lot of people doing the same thing that you're doing, which is like, you don't want to go to the club. Most people, at least, you know, no judgment if people still do. I definitely used to go to the club a lot in my 20s, but like, you know, where I'm going to pull up, it's like, there's tons of, I've actually met women that are single because it's like their husbands are at work or whatever, but they don't want to just be at home by themselves. So like they'll pull up and have dinner by themselves. Like you just never know the combination of people that you'll meet. Like people will be in life situations that you would never have guessed. You're like, oh, really? You know, or maybe you might see, I don't know, like a single mom or a single dad. A single dad, he doesn't have his kids for the weekend. So he's like, well, I don't necessarily want to go to the club. You know, I just want to keep it cool. And so I'm just going to go to this lounge and just grab some dinner, you know, and just be kind of out. So I know I'm rambling on about this because so many ideas are coming to my head. This is gold, by the way, J-Man. You should be screenshotting. This is like, I wish someone would have told me this at 26. Because I think I would have had more like opportunities instead of just going to the same, me and my girlfriends all the time, I go to the same club, 3 clubs all the time. Like if we went to tons of different stuff, like I probably would have gotten like some really cool opportunities. Oh, I still got offered really cool opportunities, but I'm just saying LA is LA. Like it's LA. It's a very unique place to live. You could walk down the street and get an opportunity, but yeah, like this is gold. So, and I promise when I go to this next spot, I'm actually going to get off the phone after like 2 minutes and wrap up with you guys, because I don't know, these lives have been real juicy lately. They've been hitting lately. Okay. Hold on, and this is a really good example, J-Man. If you notice, there's 35-year-olds and up in this chat. We're not getting ready to go to the club. I mean, most of us aren't, I don't think. You know what I mean? And we're all in here, like we're all in here individually. If you think about it, it's not like we're in here together with also our friends. Like we're in here individually. So it's kind of like, once you hit 35 and up, it's just, there's a lot of like social pressures that kind of just naturally will fall off. And to be honest, if anyone ever says, oh, you're lame, like you're rolling up by yourself, like you don't have nobody to go with, it's like, you're so lame that you only can go places only with someone. Like you're so up your friend's butt, like you're so wanna, I was gonna say, like, I don't want to get too derogatory on these things, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're so essing on someone's nipple, you know what I mean? That you have to go with the, like, please, man, like, come on, man, like, I'm not gonna be able to go out, like, come on, man, like, just come with me. And then guess what? You beg someone to go out with you. And then they're sitting there peed off the whole time. PISSED the whole time. Like, man, I don't even want to be here. Oh, man. Like, messing up the whole vibe. And then you're like mad at yourself because you're like, okay, you know what? Like, I just shouldn't even beg them to come out. And you guys are over there arguing. Like, man, you ready to go? Like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? So just don't even. No, it's not a wig. Don't put yourself, maybe ask a couple home. I don't even know if you're on anymore, J-Man. I'm just rambling at this point because I can't really read what you guys are saying because I'm driving. But Like, maybe ask one or two homies, you know, ask one or two, hey, you know, you want to like go grab something to eat somewhere, whatever. Or if y'all, you know, if you guys are still, you know, building up your coins, you know, you just want to go grab like a ginger beer somewhere, like a non-alcoholic, whatever. I'm saying non-alcoholic because I'm encouraging no alcohol for, you know, just to be healthy. But, you know, you want to go grab some, you know, have a, if you're on a budget, you know, get you your little $8 Corona, you know what I'm saying? And just catch a vibe for an hour, you know? And if they're like, if it's anything less than yes, if they're like, well, no. The biggest L's I've ever taken is encouraging people to go out with me when they did not want to go out. It is like, oh my gosh, like I've been out with people that were Debbie Downers and bad apples and sour apples, and it's a reflection on you. Like, and then we would meet people and they'd be like, your friend, you know, she cool, like what's going on with her, like she bitter, like, and then it's a reflection of you. You know what I mean? I don't know, maybe Corona, I don't drink Corona. I don't know. I'm assuming beer is a little bit cheaper. That's what I was just saying, like if there's a budget, you know, that you're on, which I totally get at 26 and at 35 and above too. Like, we're not trying to buy, you know, I mean, depends on where you're at financially, but it's like, yeah. I hope that helps. I mean, I just went on a whole rant, and you guys could be on a whole nother topic at this point. When's the next live? I'm going live. I'm gonna be honest with you, J-Man. I don't even want to get your hopes up. The lives are not going to be this juicy every time because I'm usually on live checking in with you guys to like for fitness, health, fitness, and mindfulness. But because it's the weekend, I'm just like on casually. But Monday through Friday is more like health, fitness, mindfulness. What are we doing? Like, I want to talk about a specific topic and da 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 da. And I do answer open questions at the end of my lives, but I usually do like to have more structured lives. You know, but these casual ones are going to probably be on the weekends a lot more because I'm like, why don't I just pop on live like while I'm like running errands and kind of like doing stuff and grocery shopping and, you know, just like kind of out and about. So, but I'm trying to be on daily. That would be, there's no parking over here. Oh yeah, so there's no parking over here. So it's probably litty in the city at this dinner spot that I'm about to go to. Are they leaving? They're about to get it. You know, it's only 7:14, so I don't want to eat late, but again, it's Saturday, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have like a little, I think I want some hummus. I'm craving hummus. Really quick, I just saw an ad. You know that Gladiator, I think it's Gladiator. Is it Gladiator? That new Gladiator movie's coming out with Denzel Washington. Is it Gladiator or is it 300? One of those kind of movies that Denzel is in is coming out, and I want to see it. I'm excited. I like going to the movie theater for movies like that, like Transformers, Marvel movies, like anything where there's like a lot of action. I have to see those kind of movies in the movie theater. That's another one. It's I know at your age it probably would seem lame to go to the movies by yourself. You could actually go to the movies by yourself. That's not, in my opinion, that's not lame. Okay, so let me just kind of wrap up with you guys, kind of catch up. Oh my gosh, hummus and pita bread. Woo! Ciana Ciana gave the loneliness perspective from the life of a baddie. You know what? I actually did give it from like a female perspective, but I only can because that's like my only, because I'm a woman, but like, so I'm showing up to these places as a woman, but like I also see men there too. So you're good. Okay, there's too many comments for me to that is so funny. I keep getting asked that, do you do tarot card readings? Like, do I? Maybe because like the tarot card readers, they always do kind of have like big frizzy looking hair and like jewels on and like a shawl thing. And I mean, you know, I kind of get it, but like, I'm just like, maybe I need I don't know. But when I have my hair in a bun, I don't get asked that. Whenever my hair is in a bun, I don't get asked if I'm a tarot card reader. So I think it has something to do with my hair. Because you guys know, lately I've been doing my protective style with my hair all the way up here because I ain't got time. And it's actually really bad to wash your hair, like with, like, of course it's always conditioned. You put in leave-in conditioner every day and like oils and stuff, but like, it's my kind of hair. I can't keep drying it out with water every day. So I throw it up in a bun. I absolutely, definitely like pineapple on pizza. And probably more than half of you are going to unfollow me because of that. I know there's like a thing. I love pineapple on pizza. And I don't eat the pepperonis, of course. I love your channel and you're so inspirational. You make my day better. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Now everyone's saying, is she a fortune teller? How do you flirt with guys? Okay, I gotta go. I'm gonna end up like just sitting here. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, I'll say this one. So how do you flirt with guys without making it seem awkward? I never answer questions like this on well, I don't get asked often because I don't really open up the portal for it, but I guess I did in this live. I don't flirt with men. Like, I do not approach men. I'm not saying a woman cannot do this. I'm just telling you, if you want to kind of get some insight about Ciana Singh. I don't approach men. It just doesn't come naturally to me. Like, I don't, it could be the era that I grew up in, where it was just very, very, very common for men to comfortably approach and say, hey, what's your name? You're walking this way, where you go, just kind of like that. But a lot of men don't approach these days also. So I do know that there's a rise of women kind of like, so I'm assuming if you're meaning like flirting, like you're initiating, like I don't do that. So if I'm approached, I'm just comfortably in my space, like in my confidence, I'm just in my essence. So I'm just being myself. So I don't really like do like like I can't even do it because I don't do it. But I don't like do like I don't have a cup, but you know what I mean? Like hey, if I had a drink, like, hey, what's up? Like, yeah, I don't do none of that. If I get approached, I just answer back comfortably, confidently, and like casually, because we don't know each other, so not getting too deep, too quick, right? So guys are real easy. Basically, things you're tired of hearing, we don't want to hear, so you can say whatever. Yeah. Yeah, like I would, if I'm approached and I'm attracted to the person, I'm just still in a neutral state. That's what I think I was trying to get to. Like I'm in a neutral state because I don't know you, you know, we're still kind of like in this exchange of, you know, feeling at each other's energy, like, and so being overly excited or overly, you know, just overly anything, like put overly in front of any word is, to me, that would be a turn. Like, I'm not a guy, but I feel like the guy friends that I have, like, I feel like that would be a turn off. So I just think like more mysteriousness is being more closer to a little more reserved and not like overly ready to flirt, I think is better, in my opinion. At least that's just kind of naturally how I do things. And I'm like a little funny. I'm actually a lot funny, like in person, but so like I might say something kind of like witty or charming. So I kind of lean more into my charm and my wit more so than like, I guess that's my flirt, is like me being more charming and witty. I hope that helps. Oh gosh. Bye, fritters. Okay. I mean, does that make sense, guys? Yes, like that's yeah. So wit, charisma, charm, I feel like is such it's like gold. Like it can work in friendships, networking types of communication, flirting communication, um just any, I feel like if that is such a really, it's like a really good thing to kind of like, if you're not that, just start watching. There's a really good YouTube channel, actually. I think it's called Charisma on Command, and it teaches people how to be more charismatic. And I know it doesn't come naturally to everybody, but everybody has like a little bit of those. Yeah, it's like, it's almost like there's always like you're always kind of changing the valves, right? So it's like, yeah, like be confident, but not like confident to the level of cocky, and then be like a little mysterious, but not like mysterious to where it looks like you're just not interested, right? Like be witty, but not like so witty to where it's like every other sentence you're like kind of being not overzealous, that's not the right word, but like it's kind of like, okay, we get it, like you're like, I get it, you're funny, you know, like I get you're funny, but then you keep showing it, it's like just chill. Only people that can do that is like Tiffany Haddish, like actual comedians, because like you expect that from them, right? Like that's their profession. But it's like you're kind of always like changing, like turning up something and kind of turning down something, and then you kind of try to find like this like perfect sweet spot, and it's always going to be a growth thing. Like sometimes you'll just nail it, you're like, yeah, you know, I was in my power, and then sometimes you're like, I was a little off, I was a little awkward, you know. You don't think she's funny? I'm not, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? It's like she's someone that like when I see her in interviews, I don't really watch a lot of podcasts with a lot of celebrity interviews on it, but like you know how they just pop up, like they're just on the shorts, like you just open your phone and like it's on there. When I've seen her in interviews, it's like every other sentence it's like she's trying to be funny, and it's like people are accepting of it, like they're more they're just more open to it. They're not as annoyed. At least they're not showing that they're annoyed because they know she's a comedian. But like if someone's approaching you, if a man's approaching you and you're like, you know, just being overly like popping off with a joke, and then like he says something and then you do another joke, and then he says something and you do, it's like just, you already did one little good, like you already did one little banger, like just sometimes it's good to just end on top. Like just end on top. Like don't keep trying to beat the ceiling. Like end on top for that session, and then like You know, like maybe next time you guys meet up, then you can like reveal a little bit more. At least I don't know what the right answer is. That's just what I do. Like, that's just what comes naturally to me. Always be yourself. Yep. There's no point in them liking a false version of you. Absolutely. Period. Period. Just be yourself. And sometimes being yourself will actually turn the guy off. But like, all you can do is be yourself. You're going to reveal yourself anyway. So they might as well not be interested right at the beginning. You know, maybe they can see you're attractive from afar, but then, you know, they're not like interested once you open up your mouth. And then it's like, okay, well, this is how I really am, you know, but if you're trying to do too much or too little. So yeah. Be the first person. What? Keep them wanting more. See, this is Bradley. So yeah, I'm assuming you're, you know, I have to say that these days because I really don't know. But yeah, Bradley, I'm assuming you're a man. Yes, that's great advice from the women in here that are asking any of these questions. Should be listening actually to the men that are responding. Keep them wanting more and never get sick. They never get sick of you. Yep. Do men like thick or thin women? Yeah, I feel like, yeah, what do you guys, I feel like it's not a one size fits all for men. It depends on your background, depends on your, you know, how you grew up. I feel bad. I wish you guys could like be on the live, you know, without me being on the live, because you guys are like on a roll in here with each other. Because I'm getting hungry. Bro, I'm trying, but she's tripping. I must have missed something. So, all right, everyone. I'm going to have to go. But I am going to mukbang. So should I take you guys in the live with me in there? No, I can't do that though. I can't do that. That's, well, number one, there's music. I actually would do it, but where I'm going, there's like always super loud music where I'm going. So I know I for sure can't. And I wouldn't be able to, I would have to scream and then it would just look awkward and, you know. So I'm just going to go enjoy myself and have a good dinner. I don't know. Maybe I'll do, no, I'm not going to do nothing tonight. I'm not going to do nothing tonight. But, all right. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. Thank you for just all of everyone's input. All of the conversation was really, really fun. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye.